Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to a special economic weather report brought to you in association with ASB. Today I want to talk about carrying, and in particular the carry trade. Now you may have heard of this from years gone by when people would borrow money at very cheap interest rates in Japan and then lend it to us at slightly higher here in New Zealand. That's one of the factors that drove some cheap lending in New Zealand between 2003-04 and 2007 that helped drive the housing boom. But that carry trade from Japan is now being surpassed by a carry trade from the United States. Remember, the United States interest rates are around 0.2%, whereas ours here are a shockingly high 2.5%. Now that means that many people are looking to borrow in US dollars cheaply and then lend to us more expensively in New Zealand dollars. That is a potentially very dangerous factor for the New Zealand housing market, and that a lot of cheap money could flow into New Zealand. But luckily for us, the Reserve Bank has been very careful this time and brought in what it calls the Prudential Liquidity Policy. This stops the banks from going out holus bolus into the wholesale money markets and borrowing this cheap money from overseas and pumping it into our housing market. They now are forced to borrow more money from people locally and for longer terms, which is more expensive. So that means we're not seeing such a huge impact from the carry trade in New Zealand on the housing market at least. However, as you can see here from this chart, this is helping to push up the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar as people take money out of the US dollar and pump it into the New Zealand dollar. We are moving alongside Australia on this, and we are seen as a stronger economy than the rest of the world. But it's something to think about, the US dollar carry trade. I'm Bernard Hickey. That was a special economic weather report brought to you in association with ASB.